Today's video is all about the migration program. Skilled independent visa, partner visa. New South Wales will get these many seats under 190, minimum 65 points, less than 45 years of age. Hello. How are you guys? I hope everything is going great, well and healthy. So काफी देर के बाद मैं face लाया हूँ अपनी वीडियो में. So previous videos you might have seen with a different taste, not me, not my face in it, but that was still me talking. Today's video is all about the migration program in terms of the seats, the invites, the visas. I have my little research, so 3-4 pages research. So how does the process work? What is migration program? Check out my previous video. All the details are over there. It is also linked to the occupation list, so how the work is done. But in general, what is the migration program? When you hear about, oh my god, the 2022-3 migration program is out, the PR is out, the invites is out, what is that process? It actually kills me as well. Like, why do you talk the terms which are so technical for a layman to understand? In this video, I really want to break it down and I really want to make it simple so that it is understandable for me, for you, and also or anybody who is actually hearing this for the first time. So I have to look at my notes as well. Yeah. I am really bad in cramming, so March or June. Yeah, I think it was in June. I don't remember the exact month. With the financial budget, there is the migration program which gets released for the next financial year, 2022-2023. So that means is the federal government will actually finalize the total number of seats, which is 160,000 for this particular financial year. But there's a chance that it might increase to 200,000 looking at the skill shortages, and that $160,000, that 160,000 seats will be divided into certain visas and then it will be allocated to states. So $1,600,000, and then it will be break up into skilled independent visa, partner visa, global independent visa, humanitarian visa, etc. So that will be a breakup of the total number of visas which will be distributed in that particular category for coming financial year. That is one part. Let's park that. Now the next part is federal government will then allocate the seats within the visa to particular states. New South Wales will get these many seats under 190. Northern Territory will get these many seats, 190, 491. So same goes for Tasmania, same goes for Western Australia, Queensland, Victoria, Adelaide, etc. This is how the process works. Federal government will decide migration program in the financial budget. They will allocate the total number of seats. That seats will be broken up into the visa categories. And under that total visa categories, it will be the state allocations. So invite people based on the allocations which is given by federal government. And then that what we say is the PR invitation process. How is it related to occupation list? To submit an expression of interest or a PR file, you need an occupation. So it's a basic requirement under the expression of interest that you must have a positive outcome assessment from a governing authority. So that means is if you've done your bachelor's, if you've done your master's in certain field, for example, I've done in electronics and communications engineering, so I should have checked my degree from the relevant government authority of Australia. So for electronics engineer, it's the Engineers Australia. So I have to submit a application. Hey, Engineers Australia, this is my degree, this is what I've done in India, this was the duration, this is what I made the projects, this is that, these are the details, blah blah blah. Then if they say this is a legit degree, etc., then they will give you a positive outcome. So that positive outcome will be used as an occupation to apply for PR or expression of interest. And then you think about the states. All the states have their own occupation list. All the states have their own 191, 491, 188 breakup of visas and its allocation of seats. It all depends upon state demand, number of applications, and some other factors which are never disclosed. 190 is like a state sponsorship, 491 is a regional but also the state sponsorship. So you get 5 point extra in 190 491 you get 15 points extra. Now the federal government has released the allocation of the seats as per the states. New South Wales has got their allocation, Victoria government and Queensland, everybody has gotten their allocation. There is also a budget in October which will be detailing about more seats, what's the allocation, and like some changes if required. But some of the states have already started sending out the invites because there's a huge skill shortage in Australia. Surprisingly, offshore applicants are getting more weightage than onshore applicants, which really hurts me because I've spent so much money. I'm paying taxes in this country. That sucks. That is not what I expected. But for offshore applicants, now is the time for you as well. Apply the visa, get into the country, go for it. And the easiest visa you should apply for now, which state we should apply, I will make a separate video. But for now, as a quick tip, go for Victoria because they've removed all the criterias of living there, certain occupation lists, everything. So they've just generalized it. When I talk about the criteria, every state has its common criteria, which is minimum 65 points, less than 45 years of age, positive degree assessment to apply. You also need some kind of English proficiency test. The maximum the better. And then there's also a major change in the submission of the expression of interest. So in the expression of interest, there's 4 options you get: 189, 190, 491 and 188. So now what they have mentioned that submit a new expression of interest or update your previous expression of interest. Listen to this really carefully, this is really important. So they don't want one file with 4 different visas, they want 4 files with different visas each. One file for 189, one file for 190, one file for 491, one file for 188. There's also a catch. If you're applying for 189, 190 and 491 in just one application, and then the other page, the next page, they would ask about the state. Which state would you like to migrate in? There's an option of all the states plus any. Now they've mentioned that you have to submit 4 different EOI, one particular visa. That should be 189, 190, 491, 188. You build a hierarchy, you build a branch, you build a tree, whatever you want to call it. If you want to go 189 is the federal government, leave that. Queensland, New South Wales, it should be 1, 2, 3. 190 will be different expression of interest for Queensland, different expression of interest for Victoria, different expression of interest for New South Wales and the other states as well. So that's the hierarchy. Same for 491. This is what they are expecting now, and they have also mentioned, like Queensland has mentioned, that submit a new expression of interest. You won't be invited if the expression of interest is before 16th of August 2022. Time you submitted the EOI doesn't really matter now anymore. So just submit, we'll take care of it. So that is the most scary part, just because you don't know when it will come, you don't know what will happen. So they're actually restarting everything. So I don't know if it's a good thing, if it's a bad thing, I don't know. Also, I don't want to take a lot of time, and I just want to tell you some of the numbers which were allocated for this financial year. So starting from 190, ACT Canberra 800, New South Wales whooping 7160, Northern Territory 600 seats, Queensland 3000 seats, South Australia 2700 seats, Tasmania 2000 seats, Victoria 9000 seats. It has surpassed everything. 9000 for Victoria, and in previous year I have also seen that many Victorians shifted to South Wales. Then with New South Wales applied a 3 years of minimum requirement on those particular occupation lists, mostly IT. So many IT graduates, many IT people who were working a professional job moved from Melbourne to New South Wales, or Melbourne to Sydney, or Victoria to New South Wales in order to get a visa. And now what has happened is the New South Wales has a 3 years of minimum requirement, which I also hope it should scrap soon. And then Victoria has no requirements, so people are thinking to move back again now. In a nutshell, the numbers is 30,610 for 190, 18,550 for 491, and previous year, if you compare, it is 14,400 for 190 and 12,430 for 491. So it's a massive jump. It means government has started addressing the skill shortages. But if you do have any questions, I'm always answering questions on the comments, or if you're really shy about posting any question in the comment section, ask me on Instagram. I would be happy to help you guys. Thank you so much for watching. हिंदी निकल ही रही है, तो मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. नमस्ते.